whatever I do consciously is working for me to make me better every single day. And I think with these meditations and affirmation, gratitude, we become more aware of our inner strength, and we become mindful of everything we do, like not waste time something which is not supporting us to what we become. So it's just like, we are connecting the dots. We are connecting something which is visible to us and something which is not invisible to us. So with that awareness of our inner strength, we connect everything what we need to manifest what we want. So, and along with that, I use a very good phrase for myself, that always feel and act in the desired state. See, because when you feel in that desired state, nothing become overwhelming for you. Everything seem to be small, like not much enough to make you to put you down, or which can bother you so much that it can demotivate you, or it can bring you down. So always feel in the desired state that you are the best creation of God and you are the luckiest person in the world. So I think all these things helps. So I think with this meditation, the awareness become more stronger, and like when we do it with full happiness and faith and compassion, because love, compassion, and peace is the highest frequency of the mind, like highest vibration. So when we spend every day with those feelings and those emotions, so we attract everything what we desire in life in a systematic way. So I think that's Joe Spen just trying to emphasize on the power of these small habits, and uh, I think it connects very well using emotions and faith basically. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Anilji. Yeah. Anyone else wants to add? Krish, you want to add something? Rajesh ji, Milin ji? You very beautifully summed up in pointers yesterday's video. So would you want to add something, Krish, about today's videos?
Hello.
Yeah, Rajesh ji, please share.
Yeah, whenever we think we are sending frequency to a kind, whenever we are feeling, then that frequency becomes stronger. And whenever we, instead of feeling or thinking, if we become being, means if we vibrate like what we wanted to be, then that is the strongest force universe gets. Well, act as if like principle. So universe will get undisputed message of what we wanted to live like. So the least time it will take to manifest. That is what question is. How do we forget our environment? How do we declutter our mind? How do we have only positive programs supporting that being? That is the journey, I think. If we can have best methods to declutter and have strongest methods to become that being, then the journey will be the best and fast. That is what I want.
Yeah,
Share.
well said, well said. Yeah, very true. It's all about the work we do and take out time and work on these things. Yeah, very true. That's what he's also trying to share with
It
us.
is said that
And
Walt Disney, although he has created Disneyland much after much struggle or some years after, but in his mind, Disneyland was already there. There was no questions in his mind. That's why that dream came true.
Kriti, what was the point?
yes, I was saying that Mickey Mouse was the first character that he sketched, looking at a mouse in his room, and that is where the imagination started, and that all went to Walt Disney and his creation of um, Disneyland, and it he nobody could believe in it because it was such a surreal thing at that point of time, right? And then he made it a reality, and today we are living it, experiencing it. So he's a very big inspiration in that matters. In fact, just
Hello.
yesterday or someday, we just sorry, yeah, Malinji.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, I was just reading or listening to something, and it was somewhere I just got to know that all these people who are scientists or all these great people who do some great contribution to the humanity and the society, they are actually very connected with their higher selves, and that is how they derive. That is how they say, right? They download all these ideas from the spaces that Joe Dispenza is trying to help us connect with. So they are actually tuned in and they tap in those sources, resources, and then they get all these ideas as elevated souls. Yeah, that's what I just wanted to add. Just remembering of Walt Disney. What Rajesh mentioned. Yeah, Velinji, go on.
Yeah, awesome share, Mansi. Yeah, just quick few more example of this sort. And Mike, Mansi, you rightly said, they connect with this outer world. That means they go beyond themselves, beyond their personality. One of the examples just popped into my mind is Rocky Balboa, like Sylvester Stallone. He was actually living in his car, and he was nothing, absolutely nothing. He has written that script of Rocky, and he went to many producers for that movie, and no one was ready to take him. But he was so belief on self belief on that script. Then that become movie become hit, and there are around 4 or 5 different versions of it, not versions, but yeah, a sequel series of this thing, and he became a world class actor. So yeah, so belief on themselves and going beyond yourself. That is again, I love about this series. Again, thanks for this group and Mansi. We picked up the Rewired series and this one, which give me the pictorial representation, video format, because Joe nicely connects both the dots. Because of my engineering background, I always like to know the answer things more and more. Whereas spiritual, there should not be any questions. You should be in that different dimension only. But he connects both the dots very nicely. Not only body, physiology, psychology, but at the same time spiritual world. He does that very nicely. And few pickups from today's this thing. I'm not able to attend a few sessions, but definitely I will watch. Like rewatching the Rewired series. Is I like the word personal reality for personality. So yeah, so he stretched this point, which already Manish and Rajesh and you only mentioned that becoming, and Atomic Habit said the same thing, your future version. So start living your future version, start becoming that this thing. And how to do that? That is in the present moment, today itself. That's what again he said, that let's spend 30-40 minutes in yourself, be yourself. That is what the real investment is, which I completely believe now after watching the 2 series, is so much emphasis on meditation. And very last story, again I want to share is, as Rajesh said, like, yes, everyone is in this journey. You, me, everyone actually want to become their higher self, and we know the version of that self in our mind. It is a story of a hen and eagle. That this eagle, baby eagle, he lives in hens. So he start walking like them, behaving like them, and one day a big eagle come and say that, oh, why you are behaving like that, all those chickens, chickens. He said, no, I'm chicken. And then he said, no, you are eagle, you are actually mean to fly. Then he said, oh, is that true? Yes, because you are eagle, you are not chicken. Okay. But actual that baby eagle, he should fly like eagle, but what he does, he just run into the cage like other chickens, you know and he says to other chickens that, I fooled that big eagle. He's saying that I am eagle, but I know I'm chicken, and I'm with you, you are all my friends. So there are two ways to look in this particular story: is realize that you are eagle and you are meant to be fly, or go into the chicken and live their life. So he select that baby chicken, select the chicken life, he goes into them, start living with them, and he completely forgot that he is an eagle. So that is what we all know what this story means to us. We are surrounded by negative people, and all those, they make fun of all these particular things, but inside we know the real truth, that what we are means, I'm not eagle, but we are divine angels, and yeah, we can achieve. And that is what already happened in our life. Many things, many dreams we already achieved, so we know internally that who we are. So yeah, so this is all journey, and this books, this series, video series, and discussing with you makes it more and more clarity, and that is what exactly what we require, right? We require more and more clarity on our goals, and that will drive us to that success, isn't it? Thank you everyone for your time. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Very, very beautifully explained, Milinji. Because I connect with whatever you said, every word of it. In fact, I also like that thing only about Joe Dispenza's work, that he combines science and spirituality so beautifully that it helps us understand so many of the concepts that are not really explained in all these sadhanas and all those things that we are taught in our even in our Indian culture. And now, because of listening to him, I have started understanding a deeper impact and importance of the things that I have learned. So earlier, I used to feel like maybe I'm not able to be consistent because okay, it's okay because I'll do it and all of that. I was taking it lightly, but now understanding what he had shared with us, I now know like how these things change within our body and within our energy field and all of that. And now the seriousness has built up even better. So that really helps. And I love that chicken story also, what you shared. I remember the ugly duckling story that my daughter, that was my first book, which we got for her on her first birthday. So it is also similar where it's a duckling. Actually, it's a swan, and then it's living with the ducklings, and he struggles trying to fit in everywhere. But then eventually, he realizes that he's a swan and he's supposed to be a swan, and that's how the journey unfolds for him. So very similar and very true and very beautiful story. I love how you always share these stories and make things even more easy to understand and very beautifully explained. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is one similar story. Other, I think that this is again South, some well-known speaker. He shared the similar story, but the other part of me, I really love his version as well. Exactly the same concept, the same story. But I love the concept like if once you are caterpillar and once you change into butterfly, that is we are all actually, because that is the best example of transformation. Visual representation of transformation. Love that story. But what that speaker said, it really touched me, and we all go through this, and we will go through this. That once he turns into butterfly, once you turn into butterfly, once you transfer, then really, I don't know whether what your experience. Definitely, you please share. But once you turn into the butterfly, then you can't explain to the caterpillar how the world is. That is what normally happens when you get the experiences, magical experience and miracles in your life because of the practicing, whatever the practices you do, you learn, and this thing, it is sometimes very difficult to explain to your surrounding people, and normally you go to their vibrations back again, because everyone is around of this thing, so there is no need to do that. Many times people reduce their vibration, try to explain to others. It should be other way around. That is what that speaker also said, that you need to be in that high vibration because you are now butterfly, you cannot be a caterpillar again. But raise your vibration in such a way that you can pull them upward instead of you go down, because that is what normally happens when you practice this and you get the experience. You are really high energy level, and you definitely feel the other people are low energy. This is the term nowadays people use, like, oh, I am getting the negative vibes from them, or oh, the peoples are negative. It is not like that. It is only because you are one of them in one particular point of time. You are also caterpillar, but now since you become butterfly, you are seeing that difference. So they don't have any fault. We are exactly like them. If you lower your vibration, again you will go into that this thing. So that is what again I remind to myself. But yeah, let me know your experience in this one, this way.
Then beautifully explained the concept. Here, I want to add to this point. Like, suppose if we see Guinness Book of World Record, right?
Uh-huh.
So there we are having examples of people climbing Everest, people climbing or swimming sea completely, Red
Yeah,
Sea or
yeah, yeah,
sea in UK, and people pulling truck just by having rope around the neck.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
all these possibilities are in this human body. Only difference is whose passion and inner voice is louder
yeah.
in that particular
Hmm.
area,
Hmm.
excels in that way. So journey is of finding your passion or inner voice and connecting to the divine. to get that power, extra power to
Absolutely.
do that extraordinary thing. So journey is understanding where we are with all the belief blockages or strengths, and listening to that voice where you want to excel, because you cannot excel in many fields. Because I have seen Sachin Tendulkar not becoming any great personality in other things because his passion is in one area. Lata Mangeshkar or
In very cricket, yeah.
might be there can be some examples, but this journey is beautifully there if you find the voice at that point of time of life.
Yeah.
So then all the strengths and beliefs and divine powers conspires to make you succeed in that particular journey. That's what I wanted to say. Share.
Awesome. Thanks, Rajesh. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for the share. Sachin Tendulkar is always my idol or my this thing. Yeah. Good example. Thank you.
Very true, very true. Yeah, well said. Yeah, Krish, you want to say something now, please?
Yeah, thanks. In fact, thanks that I keep reading a lot of messages both from Milinji and Manishji. Great to have both of them here. So it's like a double bonus for me. Coming to the topic part, I think you all have covered the points I had in mind. Two or three factual things which I wanted to share. I know I think some of you mentioned about Rewired. That's where I also got, I would say, more involved with Dr. Dispenza's practice. Again, that's not from this session, much beyond. And again, that's thanks to, I think, Mansi, if I'm not wrong, yeah, in the group earlier, much before you had put, and I think that's where I got hooked on to that video series also. But before that, when I heard about him, I was like, and I heard it from one of my leadership mentors. And I'll be honest, like when they shared, like he had done a gratitude prayer, and how 200 convicts got reformed, I was like, this is another marketing gimmick. This I'm talking close to a year. I was like,
Yeah.
yes or no, But then
Yeah.
I would say the universe conspired, or I don't know, whatever, from different people like you all, Manasi, few others. Somewhere I started getting, like, I got the Rewired link, and I went through all those videos, and that's where the connect actually started happening. Sorry, where so Milinji, like I'm saying, just like you said, like I come from IT background, so that critical logical thinking,
Same.
which same, yeah, that
Same.
hampers, right? I need
Yeah.
events
Same
with,
here.
right.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
I actually came in, which I think he was talking in today's video, right, with very, very defensive, very limited, very disbelief. I came in there, but I'll tell you what really I liked was in the Rewired series this happened. At least to me, he's the first established medical professional who, with tangible evidence, proved that this happens. Till that, like he was saying, right, it's been in the spiritual realm, or I would say, so I'm also into space technology, so the quantum physics realm, which are all disconnected, and all that is theory. But when I saw Rewired, where he showed the MRI scans of thousands of people, where how they are in the beta state, we all are, and how when the same brain, okay, which they were tracking, goes into first gamma, some of them went into theta, the energy was enormous, and how the MRI scanned changed to a deep blue from a pink. Pink is you're in a beta, very I would say low energy state, to this one. And he actually asked them, what somebody experienced. Milinji, somebody experienced a lot of gratitude, love at that instant of time, and that's where the brain showed that. So what I'm trying to get to is, Dr. Dispenza, to me, was like he stitched the, uh, I would say, all the theory into actual practical medical evidence within the body organs. Till then, it was like, ho sakta hai, but he's like, okay, I'm not showing one patient, two or three or five or 10 or 100 or 200. He's like thousands, and that's also given in the book Being Supernatural. That's one. The second thing, again, how the universe conspired is I was actually watching, and this is all like across different periods of time. I was watching, few, I would say, videos. And so this is an Indian doctor. Her name is Dr. Sweta Adatia. I'll share the link, the video. This YouTube channel is called Prana Stories. Okay. And she's an accomplished neurologist of Indian origin based in Dubai. Okay. And she herself, again, had gone through very traumatic this thing, and where she was like, oh, this is all, again, like just like I think most of us came with that belief. She came with that, and she's an accomplished neurologist, and she has no link with Dr. Joe Dispenza, but she also showed MRI scans and how chanting of those Indian mantras actually changed those people, including herself. Okay, I'll share that link. I have that. So that's evidence number 2. And these are all like accomplished medical doctors in their line. I'm not talking about 5 or 10 years. They're like 20 plus years they have been in their line. And she also did medical lab live experimentation. She also shows that where they connect the EEG and other and the MRIs, and the brain pattern comes. So that's evidence number 2. And these are all like medical. The third is I recently came across, and again, I would say the universe against conspiring. Dr. Arlene Taylor. No, she's from California, St. Helena. Okay. Again, I'll share this video in our group. Again, she's not related to Dr. Joe Dispenza anyway, but she's also a brain specialist. Now, again, they did an experiment very similar, and they noticed a change in the brain patterns. And this was like when people thousands of miles away were praying for somebody, and this patient, or you can say the clinical, the person taking the clinical test, maybe patient not the right word, who had all that equipment linked to their brain, they started seeing that suddenly the brain waves pattern, again, that same thing Dr. Dispenza talks about, gamma and theta started happening. And what they found out was when people, what Dr. Dispenza talked in his book before the Being Supernatural one, somebody praying miles away impacts the brain, they actually noticed it. So again, I'll share that video. So the name is Dr. Arlene Taylor. So we have, and again, she's like, again, accomplished one. Why? Because like, so where they show that praying daily, and again, this was not done for just a spiritual reason. They found like when, and the doctors were not able to explain that. What happening they were able to show, but why they could not nail it. But they saw that every time the prayer thing was done, the brain of the person was going in a gamma or a theta state. And similarly, when they are reading books of devotion. So here we have 3 people, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Sweta Aditya, then Dr. Arlene Taylor. All 3 are disconnected. All 3 are accomplished. And the thing which all the 3 have taught are exactly the same, including showing the MRI scan. So that's where, Milinji, Manishji, Rajeshji, others, Mansiji, I got the strong belief that this can't be a bluff. I think, and like Mansi beautifully said at the start of this meeting when she was summarizing, I think it's just a matter of consistency. And like what Manishji said, right, to get oneself into that desired state of belief and then do this consistently. Like I said, here we have 3 deep expertise neurologists with MRI scan showing and proving to you that this works. So I don't think we need any medical proof. And they showed different organs of the body. It starts responding. Again, I know Dr. Dispenza went deep in terms of all the chemicals and the physiology, but the others, like I said, they were not able to explain the root scientific, but the scientific phenomena live, like I said, you can share, you can see in those videos where I'm going to share, you can see that that's actually happening. So just wanted to share that.
Wow, wow, such a beautiful sharing, Krish. I'm glad you're here today to share all this with us, and you chose to speak this all out with us, because yes, that is very true. That's what even I believe, that Joe Dispenza is one of the souls. I was not at all aware of these other people, and thank you for sharing, and do share those videos, because I'm looking forward to watch them. And also Matre, you wrote, right, like a very similar
Yeah.
story of butterfly. So I have that video, like, or you can also share it, Krish. Anyone of us like will share it. It's also about, he talks about the dragonfly story. In that he shares the same thing. Once you become, and even in today's video, at one point Joe Dispenza mentions, right, like, or I think in the in between videos somewhere also he mentions that we are when we are transforming within. That is, we are in this space where we don't know. We are going somewhere that is unknown, so we don't know about it, but at the same time we are evolved enough that we cannot go back also. So we are at that stage, and I think we need to embrace and work upon just evolving further and further, so that we are evolved enough to help pull others up, maybe. So that is what, and very very beautiful example. So this, I just wanted to share this one example, one thing that happened with me many years back, in fact, like maybe a decade back or something. So I was learning this one of this called Brahma Vidya. This was also like, there was some local workshops and something I was doing, and it is all about energy. I'm very guilty to say this, but I don't practice it all enough, but I've learned them too. And there are meditations, and there are some breath work exercises in that too. So there are different modalities like that, even in our Indian culture. Right now, I have done this inner engineering Shambhavi. So when we first watched the Rewire series, I understood about how things really literally work in our body and in our energy space through watching those videos, not before that. Like, in spite of doing that, I've experienced it, but I did not know how it works. So similarly, so when I was learning this Brahma Vidya, I remember there were this nine. This is a very big, like, all the followers of that modality. They have this now Saswat Satya, they call it in Marathi, and there's like nine truths, nine truths or something like that. So those nine things are exactly. And then I happened to read this book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. But I just noticed one thing, that the nine things, nine affirmations that they had given in that, like, I am whole, I'm complete, and whatever nine things, are the exact ones in Rhonda Byrne's book. And I was like surprised to see that, and I was like, not a single word is different. Exactly, like, at the end of the book, you'll see that she gives us this affirmations. So in that, they're the exact same that I learned in that particular course, and I don't see any relation in the guru of Brahma Vidya going to Rhonda Byrne, or Rhonda Byrne coming and doing Brahma Vidya, but they are the same. So what I understood at that point of time, that these are universal truths, and they are just coming to us in some form or the other, with some modality or the other, with some guru. But ultimately, we are supposed to, as humans or as beings, we are supposed to understand them. And I feel when we are exposed to something right like this, maybe we are ready somewhere, and that is why we are here in that space and time when we discuss these things, when we're curious about learning these things. And I think we should make the most of it, and I believe in that. So that is one example which very similar to what you shared, Krish. And I was having this feeling to share with you, like, for you also, you have joined us at the last two sessions now. So I think it reminds me, like, the other book that we read in the morning about the power of intention. In that, the author asked us to read the last chapter first. So that was all about what is the possibility when you follow through all of that. And then he asked us to start with the book. So I just had a feeling to share this with you too, so that maybe for you it is like that. These videos are coming like that. Maybe you're just starting from here, just understanding the gist and the possibilities first. And now when you watch the series all by yourself again, you'll be in a better belief or a better way to grasp it and understand it better. So just wanted to share that. And yes, very nice, very beautiful sharing today. Thank you for all of you being here. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Krish.
Mansi. I wanted to add one thing.
Yeah, anything. We can go
uh,
a little extended today since it's the last day of discussion of this.
yeah, yeah.
So take your time and
Actually,
feel free to add whatever you want.
yes, 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 yes. Actually, Krish has shared beautifully about Shweta Adatia. I have posted in chat also that her YouTube page, and Dr. Arlene Taylor. Basically, all these people, I have done Brahmavid also. I can resonate what you said, and other courses also. What I am feeling now is, you might have read Jnaneshwari. It is version of Gita in Marathi. In that Jnaneshwari, there is one line, "Ek tari vovi anubhavavi." Right. So after seeing so many videos or books, reading books, I am thinking deeply now. Okay, I should become master of at least one complete package or program, or like suppose Joe Dispenza is saying, or any other Indian guru is saying, whatever they are saying, 100%, and with consistency, with highest level of concentration and everything, so as to have that laser focus for a considerable period to create a magic. So it's not the question that earlier knowledge was not available. Yeah, now this is the only knowledge available right now. But to create a magic or to create a miracle, like line in Jnaneshwari, "Ek tari wo bhi anubhavi." एक तरी program we should really take it to the fullest level. That is what I am thinking, and I am trying to focus on. I am trying to fix my schedule to answer that, whatever is possible best on that day, to live the life like that. Thank you.
Yeah, wow, very well said. I love that Ektari Ovi Anubhavavi. I think Joe is also talking about that only. Like it's all about experiencing these things, right? As he also said, na, this is all philosophy. He said very beautifully that there are many philosophers and knowledge, experience without knowledge is ignorance, and knowledge without experience is philosophy. So we have to literally marry those two. So whatever is coming our way, and you never know, like Joe Dispenza or all these other people we're talking about, you might create something of your own. You never know. But for that, first we need to experience it and believe in it enough, and then we'll be able to simplify it, right? Like to teach others or share it with the world and all of that. So very
Ye-
true, very well said, Rajesh. Yeah.
yeah, I will add another line. Last 3 4 years, I have done at least 10 12 courses. The landmark already I've had given the fees, but I postponed the course. So what I am deeply experiencing is that I should travel at least one course to the 100%, where I am having that feeling that this can create magic or miracle in my life. So till this time, Joe Dispenza knowledge, science and spirituality is matching. So it is resonating. At least then I should put my 100%, that feeling I am getting. I
Yes, yes,
have
if that
gone
is
through
an
that.
inner calling, yeah, if that is an inner calling, you should
Yes,
definitely go for it. uh, that is the higher
correct,
self
correct.
talking to
I
you,
have
right?
done
Like
that
you're
Brahmavidya
getting that
advanced course
intuition.
also. Yes, yes, yes. I have done that Brahmavidya advanced course also, Art of Living also,
So I think it is
different
all about
courses.
we nowadays it's also global, na? So we are very easily
Yeah,
we get access to so many things which was not so like maybe 30,
yeah,
40, 50 years back. So it has become a
yes,
challenge nowadays, but that's what it is, right? Like we have to believe in something and then go for it and uh, give. And maybe I think it comes to us also when we are ready. So maybe
yes,
I believe that all these things, small encounters with these multiple things, comes to us like reels, like nowadays how we watch reels, and the knowledge is just coming in bits and pieces. It is coming
yes,
to us in bits and pieces, whatever, because maybe we are able to take that much, and
correct.
eventually we get ready for like how, as you said right now you are ready to. This came from inside, right? You felt
Correct,
it, and
correct,
now you'll go
correct.
more 100%. That's how it is, I feel. So it's all about
Yes,
becoming
yes,
ready to experience things also. And then, as
yes,
they say, that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So similarly, like we are just getting ready for something, and it takes time at times, and sometimes it just happens like a miracle. One thing I just felt of adding, like what about Joe Dispenza and whatever we are talking about, it's like all about like we are completely possible, we are completely eligible and capable of creating our own miracles. Is
Yes,
could be the gist from whatever we have learned from him so far, is what I understand. Like it's not miracles just don't happen, but we are completely capable of creating them if we follow through all of these things, and if we just give itself enough of our time, energy, space, everything, belief, and all of that.
correct.
So, so just believing
Yes,
that this can make a big difference in our own lives, and maybe if we can just follow through it. Yeah.
yes. And
And
Milinji said something before 2 3 days, that he is having so much priceless knowledge, terabytes of knowledge. I also feel the same way. So much knowledge, so 4 5 hard disks fully filled. Now I'm seeing how to implement and to have that miracles or match. So knowledge is abundantly available. Now we attracted it. Now it is
What
time
I feel now,
to produce.
Rajeshji, what I believe is, and I also feel, and I've experienced it also, that as they say, right, like when you want to strengthen a subject, or you want to be a master of one subject, start teaching it. Because when we teach it to someone
Yeah,
else, we go deeper, we study deeper,
correct.
we want to
Yeah,
experience it ourselves, and then we also want to simplify it enough
yes,
to make the other person understand. And to
yes.
simplify something, you have to be even more learned. So, as Abdul Kalam or instance,
Such,
somebody who said that if you cannot simplify something, maybe you don't know that thing enough. So you need to
totally
study it
right.
further. Like even in logo, I'm a designer by profession. So even in designing and all, we call it like the best and the simplest logo is the best and the most powerful one. So if you observe Apple's logo, if you observe National Geography channel's logo, they're just simple forms, but they have very deep meanings behind them. And when you get to know those meanings, they become so extraordinary. Like for example, just to give a gist, like uh, Apple was also there. They have a big manual, and there was this one big designer who was given this as a annual project by Steve Jobs to create that. And he did not give him single option. It was just one option with a whole big book as a manual to explain how it has evolved and why this is the right logo for his company, keeping everything in mind. And of National Geographic, what I understand is National Geographic, that square was actually designed in a way that it is both of these logos and many of the major big logos are based on this golden ratio, which is again a universal design principle kind of a thing. So both of them are based on that, and that simple square is actually a frame of different. So if you see, it's a transparent square with just an outline, and it shows whatever is there on the screen. The part of it is also visible in the inside that square. So that was the idea. So just giving like just because I thought of them and it related to my field, so I just wanted to share that.
Honestly,
But
it is a best suggestion. Actually, I have experienced that in my life much before. When I was teaching to engineering after completing my engineering, I was getting 70, 80, 85 marks in wicket taking subjects of strength of material, design of steel structure, theory of structure. But when I started to teach, I have to go 10 times deeper to make it simple and to make it understandable. At that time I thought how much I have learned while getting the marks while I was giving exam, but it was very less understanding. When we start teaching, in our subconscious gets also involved. It is a much deeper learning. What you said is right. The best way to learn is simultaneously you teach to others.
and
Yes,
it also like
thank
I
you.
feel it also marries that principle of abundance, right? Like when our cup is so full and we have so much to give,
Mhm.
it's important that we give so that the flow keeps going on. Otherwise, if we hold on to it, then we are not able to empty our own cup, and then we are not even ready to take in new information. So that is also one way of looking at it, that when we give, that flow keeps that flow of coming and going and receiving and giving makes it like even more better for us, like a river. So just to share. Yeah, Krish, you wanted to add something, please.
yeah, yeah. So I think, okay, there are more engineers than I anticipated. I also, Rajesh, okay. So just wanted to share from that perspective, just to scientifically tie all the things. So the first thing is again, people like me who are interested in physics, we know, right? The space-time concept. That's why I put it in the chat. So the Newtonian physics. So the time barrier cannot be breached. That's where we keep saying, right, that intergalaxy travel is not but practically also possible as per the Newtonian physics, because the reason is very simple. I mean, theoretically, it's possible thanks to Einstein, the equation that if the body, the physical body, the object exceeds the speed of light, which we all know is like very, very fast. So if it goes beyond that, so that much energy, then it is possible to cross this realm across time. So that's where, if you just see into the diagram where the time is basically pointing upwards. So one can move across that dimension. But because, like I said, the energy is infinite, sorry, not infinite, very, very huge amount beyond the speed of light, to cross that speed of light that's needed. So that's where right now the travel is not possible. No, why I'm mentioning about emphasizing that is, again, our brain, can only, the human brain can only detect or go up to a specific frequency. I forgot the exact one. It's the same frequency at which Ohm is basically um, supposed to vibrate the vibrations. Now, in being supernatural or rewired, so Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about. So again, I'm tying this to epigenetics and physiology and physics. I'm tying all this thing together, where Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about the pineal gland, which is there in our brain, and there are crystals there. Okay, and again, we all know, thanks to our Indian heritage, the word Kundalini. I don't think I have to tell what it means at all. So when the body reaches that state, our physical body, in Kundalini, those crystals get activated in the pineal gland in the brain. So what happens is the so-called energy released or the vibrations is beyond the normal human brain, and that's when the energy needed to cross that time dimension actually comes in, and that's where, like Dr. Joe Dispenza also talked about, right? People experience the other realm because you're gone beyond the time one, which, uh, as per Newtonian physics, Einstein also said it's not possible because of the speed of light. So that's one physical evidence actually happening within our body and can happen to anybody. Again, any of you who has done Kundalini and know how to invoke. And there's also this saying, right? They say do Kundalini not by yourself, but strongly under a guidance of a practitioner who's well versed, because the energy is enormous. It's huge. Okay. So people experience different states and all, being delirious and all. That's because, like I said, the energy released is enormous, and that's when the crystals, I forgot the name, that's there in Dr. Dispenza's book. When they actually equate, they release that huge energy. So that's one, where physically it's been shown it's possible. The second, where is like any of us, I'm into IT, others who are into IT, they know now in the AI space, the new thing about quantum chips, otherwise also I think nowadays media doing a lot of buzz. So Microsoft has come with that, Google has come with that. So what I'm trying to say there is, so the quantum chips again operate with a higher frequency, which is called qubits. Okay. So to put simply, it's just like Newtonian physics had tons, megatons, and watts, and so on. This one is in, so we have our digital, we talk in bits, we say these many bits or bytes. So that way, the quantum chips, they do it in qubits, which is like, again, enormous amount higher. That's where they have proved that they have actually done, those chips have done the calculations or the work which I think I was reading an article where Sundar Pichai said that the most advanced computer which we have now, it would have taken 10 such computers, I think, I don't know, maybe I would say I don't know, 20 years, 30 years or something like that to even achieve that, what this chip achieved. So what I'm trying to say is, in the physical realm, this becoming possible has been shown through those chips. It becoming possible, physiology is shown through Kundalini, which is activating the pineal gland. And I know, I mean, I'm talking a little bit because my daughter is into medical science. She's just got into that. And I mean, she's reading on lot many things. So when I discuss and all like, hey, do we have this gland and such kind of things? She's like, yes, Dad, that's physically that's possible. Again, she doesn't know much because she's still an upcoming medical student. So, Mansi, where I'm getting to is like when we tie all, and these are all factual evidence. So when I tie all this factual evidence, if you see, once we go beyond, like the graph or the picture I've shown, that once we move, in time, which is possible, then we move slower in space. That's what it's put. So that's what Dr. Joe Dispenza also says, that you actually don't physically move from your seat. You don't go like a rocket will go with lots of booster power, but you cross the time realm. So you move slower in space, but you're moving faster in time thanks to those crystals in the brain in the pineal gland. So once that happens, the energy is enormous, and this transcend into the realm is how to say, practically possible. So all this thing again proves that we can do that, but again, just like a rocket needs consistent high boosting power, we all have seen now thanks to the space videos. And if you see with that much amount of power, not one but two or the three-stage boosters to take it beyond the different orbits, it only can go till there. So, but if that energy can be generated, which is what NASA is getting into now to get to Mars and beyond. So if that is there, it is possible that this can be possible. Again, like just to scientifically just to close, we all have heard of the Voyager satellites, which were launched way back in 1970s. Some of us who are like very senior will know, like Voyager 1 and 2. Now, both Voyager 1 and 2, they have actually crossed the intergalactical belt. Till then, it was like, hey, that travel is not physically possible. So I think Voyager 2 has already done, and I think Voyager 1 is going to do is on the realm of doing that. So that intergalactic thing, they have actually gone into the next galaxy. So that is possible. But like I said, coming back to our body, thanks to Kundalini, if we can regulate, we can go across the time dimension, being in the same space dimension, and we can actually achieve that. I hope I didn't bore or confuse. Hope this was helpful.
No. It was a very different perspective and sharing. We just got whole lot of beautiful new information because of you. So thank you for sharing that. I was personally not aware of half of the things you shared. So this really makes me even more curious, and I'm happy that how we are able to connect what we are learning through all these big things that are happening in the world today. So yeah, I'm so grateful you're here and you just shared that with us. So thank you for that, Krish.
In fact,
Yes.
thanks to you all, because like I said, right, every time I go out, I go into the doubt realm. Let me put that way. I know Manish has left, like he was talking about, right? We have to get back into the belief realm, if I call that way, because that's when the energy frequency goes up. And like I said, simple physics and simple. Without that energy, that momentum and that travel is not possible. So we'll have to be there so that our brain waves are deeper. And once we do that, metaphysically, that travel is possible.
Yeah, and all this is, it's easy said than done. So it's very important that we practice to all of these things, and maybe coming to all these experiences could be like a moment's thing for someone, or it could be like an year's thing for some of us. So you never know, and you will never experience it unless we practice and actually indulge in these learnings, as he also shared. So yeah, very true. And so whatever connects with us, whichever guru, whichever form of things that we know could take us here, we can start from there. And I have seen that things do evolve and things do come into our life as we evolve. So our journey just unfolds in very beautiful ways. So going that way, I think we can start wherever we want to, whatever we are feeling like, going with our intuition. That really helps. So that we now,
Yeah.
our beliefs are strengthened around this, so we can actually go in deeper with no doubts or anything about it. It's just about a matter of time and experiencing things. So that is very important. Yeah, and very beautiful. Thank you for all these beautiful shares. So yeah, anyone wants to add something before we leave, or we can just close it for today? I'm
Mansi,
glad I'm recording this session today, so I'll just
Mansi, quick,
share it in the
yeah,
group
quick
after this.
quick
Yeah,
question before that. Yeah, thank Krish for adding into it. Totally different dimension of science into this thing. Otherwise, normally we discuss on the book, but you are not the only one, because yes, doubts always comes in your mind, because we are in this realm, we are in this dimension, our day-to-day jobs, and doubts
Yeah.
just circles in
I
our
mean, I
mind.
still doubt
And
Milinji, like I said, but
yeah.
yeah, but I echo what you just said. Sorry, please continue.
Yeah. So in that way, but this discussion, then it helps actually me as well, to just understand the topic, continue with the proper practices and consistency. Mansi, my question is, yes, this particular slot which we have taken is actually for the book reading. So do we want, again, we need to discuss and decide. Do we need video sessions like Rajesh ji last time we discussed this one? Do we want to continue with Joe Dispenza, because lots of his program or similar kind of videos on this type of subjects, because those video series is totally different, it brings different value compared to the books. Yes, definitely we'll continue with the books, no issue with that, but do we want a video series?
No.
It's just a
I'm not fixated to just videos, but to be honest, like maybe next week I'm traveling with family. So there is my daughter's birthday on Monday, and then we have some travel plans with family, and also maybe next week totally I won't be there, and after that maybe I'll be a little busy around April and first half of May. So
Okay.
I don't know if how much will I be able to facilitate the afternoon slot, especially. Morning I'll somehow manage because it's very early morning, so it can be just manageable. But afternoon, na Milinji, I don't know if I'll be able to give that much time and dedication every day. So if anyone is
Okay.
willing to take up
Yep.
the slot and do something, anything, I'm open to anything. We can collectively decide, or if someone feels like you feel something better can be done in this slot, we can take up a book. We can take up some. I think we should take a little break from Joe Dispenza personally, because otherwise it becomes too
Yep.
heavy for everyone to
Yep.
connect it. Because as you also are aware of, maybe that initially when we started with this, there were like 18, 10 plus people, at least 10,
True.
12, 13, 14, and now it's just 3, 4 of us. So people have somewhere like, and this is about Joe Dispenza's work. Now, what I've understood is not everybody is able to connect with it, since it is so deep. Now,
True.
someone who's a
Deeply.
little bit into that spiritual process or doing something, or maybe a little more aware, is able to connect with it. Other people totally disconnect with this kind of stuff. So we should think about taking something that more people will be able to connect with and understand, and we will be in a better position to discuss involving everyone together. So anything is okay. If you or anyone else is willing, or and what we have also decided, what we can do like going forward, instead of one person doing the leading part, we can have two people,
True.
so that it's like not a burden on someone alone, and there are two people to support one another. So if someone wants to take
Yeah.
a break for one day or 2-3 days or
Yeah.
whatever, they have some emergency coming up, then other person can just carry forward, and during the sessions also they can support one another. So I can try to be present whenever possible if something is happening.
Yeah.
but I personally won't be able to take that responsibility for at least next 2-3 weeks consistently. Next week, to pakka I'm out, but after that also, it will be a little dicey for me. So if you can take up something or someone, Rajesh ji or someone can take that up, I just put it in the group too. So I would be more than happy to be there to support you guys and whenever possible be there and all of that. So I just wanted to announce that also. So that thing's coming up. So it's a little challenging for me. So you can decide, Milinji. In fact, you want to do a book or something, and if you're willing to take it, or we can take a break also. That is also okay. Instead of just compulsorily keeping up with it, we can just take a break and we can have something offline reading or something like that. We can put a
Yeah.
reading plan and ask people to read and then keep accountability, something like that. Anything is okay. I'm open to anything. You also suggest.
My suggestion is at least one session should be like this, what we have done of Dr. Joe Dispenza. Any inspirational video series or movie clips or something, it will help our brain to absorb faster. If afternoon session is kept for a video series, irrespective of author or yeah, anything else, but inspirational, changing lives like that. Video series generally people don't run, so we should try to have at least one session. Like we are having three sessions now, we are having in the evening session also, or morning session also, afternoon session also. That is what I feel key. This will help us learning fast or impact having impact much deeper video series.
What we can do, one more suggestion is we can take a poll in the group also. So let's see what more people are interested in, and so who will be willing to join, and maybe timing also we can little bit alter here and there, and we can decide on that if that suits. What do you think, Milinji?
Yeah, definitely for this particular time slot, as from the beginning we are doing the book reading, so people prefer this time for book reading. My take was little bit different. Actually, I want to start the Saturday session. I don't know how many people are ready for that, but that is totally dedicated to meditation and spirituality. Means totally focused on that. Then definitely it will contain the books, videos, and everything. But that is throughout, right? In that way, there is
Yeah,
no
yeah,
stop.
you can start
So
tomorrow
that kind.
also. Like tomorrow is a Saturday, so if you just said about Mind Movies,
Yeah,
right? So maybe that if you're free tomorrow
yeah.
and available,
Mind movie is
tomorrow
the
Mind
first.
Movies we can do.
Uh,
Like because that is very connected to
So
these
mind movies,
videos that we are
since
watching.
no, since I'm away from home, I don't have the my laptop with
Okay,
me.
okay.
But
No
Saturday is
problem.
definitely for this thing, because the whole idea of, like last time we discussed, the soulful Sunday or a soulful Saturday kind of thing. So one dimension, which is the meditation, because all the books, everyone talks about mindfulness and meditation and spirituality. Yes, Joe also touched that particular topic. So why not in our group, like in this group, there is one session every Saturday, 1 hour on this one, on totally based on this one. Otherwise, definitely we picked up the books like productivity, time management, and all that. But why not one session every week on this thing? And I'm ready to lead that. So no worries on this thing. And I have, as I
Great, great.
mentioned to you, there is a lot material available.
Go on,
Uh,
Milinji. Yeah, we just need to see
yeah,
how
yeah.
people will join more and more people so that
No,
it
as I
reaches out to
mentioned,
more people.
Mansi, I'm more. My intention is always very clear. I mentioned to you likely, like even you, Krish and Rajesh is all fine. It is not the number of people; it is the quality. It is not the quantity. Just what happened in today's session. I got more more to digest, more inputs from you all guys. Otherwise, I missed that, right? So that's the key. And it is always
Sure,
people
sure.
who join who will benefit. But I know it has potential. Like for example, what I see nowadays, that there are big YouTubers and big speakers and all that. They take the I spoke to you previously, they take the material from other authors, but they sell on their names and all that. So my this suggestion, definitely for everyone, like Krish, share those videos. He directly revealed the source, from where all this comes from. In the same way, in meditation, mindfulness and all that, there are great leaders, masters are already available. So in that session, definitely we reveal that, go to the source. This we, our B group or whatever we are here, just a medium. Just go to the source and get. Then the whole sky is the limit. in that way. So those sessions will touch individuals, and then yeah, everyone has their own journey to this thing. But I personally don't believe. Definitely, we'll do adverts in all the groups and all that. But I don't believe personally on numbers. Okay, if particular
Yes.
subject like today's topics, like what Chris said, what Rajesh, Manish, and you all shared, that's connect with each other. So I love that part. So that's why I'm definitely willing to take that Saturday session. So hope, yeah, even if you all join, fantastic.
And one more thing, Milind, we were doing meditation
Yeah,
sessions
yeah, we'll
in
start
the
that. We'll start that. Yeah,
night part.
yeah, we'll start.
So which days it will be and what time it will be? 9:30 to
No,
10 Monday to
we'll
Thursday
start
or
from,
any change?
no, we'll start from Monday again. I was away actually from my home
Okay.
now. So for
Okay.
Monday, we'll start
Okay.
again, 9:30 to 10 sharp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that will
Milind ji,
continue for
now
no
Yeah,
I
for a
yeah.
longer period.
We'll continue that one after another. Okay, I will give you the
Yes.
topics and everything, and definitely once that group is formed, now it is that synergy. Once we know these 5 people are very committed one, and then we'll discuss and we'll select one by one, because we want to touch different meditations. We know about it, and you also mentioned that you have done so many courses and all that. Definitely there are shares on your side, but it will slowly, gradually, we'll build that group. Okay, 9:30 to 10:30, 20-30 minutes in these Saturday sessions, and all, there is no string attached, it is just for sharing, you all know the reason. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
Simple.
Milind ji, what
Simple.
I was wanting to suggest, like with the meditations, na, if you have done, are we done with the Joe Dispenza, that series that we started?
No, only few videos are remaining. Yeah.
What I was feeling, I was having a feeling for a newcomer or for someone who's very new to meditation or such practices. That was, I think they may not be able to connect with that. So can we start with something even simpler, like Sister
Yeah, yeah.
Shivani or someone else, like
Yes,
who can start with?
we can work on
Uh,
that. We can work on that, but always the issue is here is the timing wise. Like how many people. If they are keen, means no newcomers and all that, then we'll start a Saturday session with that one, like beginners meditation. At least in few sessions they will get the complete idea. That's again
yeah,
fine.
yeah, that is also great. Like Saturday, you can also keep it for meditation also completely.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what I
yeah, yeah.
understand is if you can just keep it in the evenings, that would even better, because some people from different time zone may join. I don't know if they will, but because afternoon time they are not able to make it for that. So otherwise, whatever is
So
your
yeah, so
convenience.
definitely, I will discuss with Rajesh J. Creation, whatever the collective one. But yeah, that Saturday session, 1 hour session, we will definitely mainly focused on meditation, mindfulness, and spirituality. No law of attraction, no productivity, no time management. Yeah, but especially only focus is on this thing each and every week. Okay, these 3
Yeah,
aspects.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine. That's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Let's start
Then
with
I
it.
have one
And
suggestion,
if you
Milind.
have any options in
Yes,
your mind, put a poll and then you can get clarity on
I will.
what is people's preference on that. Yeah.
Yes,
One
Rajesh Ji.
suggestion, Milind. Basically, if we continue Joe Dispenza meditations 9:30 to 10 for serious people, those who wants to get the results, and
Yes.
other slot like what you said, Saturday
Saturday one.
or
Yes.
any
Yeah.
other slots for
Yeah.
beginners. So
Yeah.
if we can make one slot consistent for magical meditations like Joe Dispenza, it is not
Mhm.
for knowledge now, not for understanding, not for, it
No.
is
No.
for consistently using it to go on higher level to create results, miracles. So
Yes,
Monday to
practice,
Thursday
actual practice.
only
Yes.
do Dispenza. If we can do for some months and see what happens in our life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
think that
That's the
is
idea.
more
That's the
good.
idea.
It is not for masses. It is only for select few. Means you, me,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mansi,
Who are the
Krish, or
committed? It is as we
like that.
discussed. It is a consistency.
Uh,
So whoever joins, then yeah, I'll
yes.
be there. Whoever joins, yeah,
So
that's the
9:30 to
idea
10
about
only
that.
Joe Dispenza at least for some months, like that. What I
Yes.
feel.
Yes. 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 Yeah.
Because it will give us results or get into
Absolutely.
deeper of that.
Yeah. 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 We'll do that starting
What
from
do you say,
Monday. Yeah.
Mansi? Yes,
No, no.
yes.
Let's take a collective call. I'm okay with whatever. I'll be there to support Milinji, whatever he's
Yeah.
doing. Yeah, and if you can also get
Yes.
involved, Rajeshji, nothing like it. We will appreciate that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
sure, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. See
Thank
you all.
you. Thank you,
Good
everyone.
night.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Happy
Bye bye.
weekend. Bye.
You too. Bye bye.
Milinji. Okay.